everyone, welcome to the next episode of Chatting with Craft Atelier. Today is quite unique. I don't have Hui Lian with me. I have a new friend. So I'll let Jess introduce herself.
Hello, I'm Jess. I'm from the Dancing Fingers.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm also Go, like Hui Lian.
Yes, she's Jess Go. She shares the same last name as Hui Lian.
Yes.
So, Jess is from the dance. So your Instagram handle is the Dancing Fingers, and we know you for a really long time now.
2018.
So for those of you who are quite familiar with Craft Atelier, we started 2018 in October in our own space at Katong Point. Then it was called Mox, a co-making space.
Correct.
And one day Jess walked into our space.
Yes. I was just roaming around. Actually, then I just started the Dancing Fingers. So I was just looking for a place to do workshop. Yeah. And then I was like walk around a few times. And then I decided just walk in.
Just walk in. Helen and I were there in the space together then.
Correct.
And then Jess walked in and started chatting with us about workshops.
Correct.
So maybe backtrack a bit. Why you call yourself the Dancing Fingers?
Okay, basically I like to play and meddle stuff and create stuff with my fingers. So it's fingers. Then it's very weird to call the fingers, right? And then when you're doing something, your hands are like running around and things like that. So I decided dancing is a more nicer name. Yeah, that's how it comes about.
So like Jess, I guess Hui Lian and I also like to make things with our hands, so our fingers are always constantly moving.
Yes,
dancing is a nice way to think about it, definitely. And when we know Jess, that time Jess did Pastor Nagomi art. Pastor
I
as Nagomi art
off
instructor.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So I think quite early on we partnered with you to offer some workshops, corporate workshops in our studio.
Right.
Jess kind of became the part that we are not very good at, which is the fine art, the visual art, the painting kind of art, that doodling and even drawing,
correct.
that Hui Lian and I are just not very great at. We are the textile fiber people, which is
More
very
like
complementary, right?
Kind of. They call it art and craft, right? So I'm probably the A one and
Yeah, we are
they
the craft
C.
part.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, but then so I think that started the relationship with us, and since then it's been a long time. Jess has been helping us a lot with our workshops,
See
whether
them moving from
place to place.
correct.
She's gone from being an instructor, partner instructor that does classes in our space to a partner instructor who does classes with us outside. She supports us in many of our workshops. That she had to learn to weave. She had to learn to do all kinds of things.
Which I'm okay with it. Yeah, I like to explore different kind of stuff, so it gives me another opportunity to play around with other stuff. Yeah, correct.
And I think the other thing that I think Jess and I relate a lot to each other is we are both working moms, right? So we have children, and I guess a good part of it is we are very tied up in all these other responsibilities that we have. So crafting to us, making things with our hands is like an escape. Literally.
Kind of, yeah. At least that's that little time that you don't have to think about any other thing and just doing whatever.
That time is yours. And I think a lot of people talk about art and craft being very meditative, very healing. It kind of preserves your headspace for the thing. And I think that kind of applies to two of us.
Yes.
And Hui Lian also, yes, naturally.
Right.
Yeah, but I think Jess and I have a bit more commonalities in that area. So that's why she's here. Because Jess and I have been mulling over this for a while. We always want to do craft projects, and then we always we're the enabler lah. We always tell each other, hey, we should go and do this project.
Right, yeah.
Then we realize when we say we never really finish the project on our own.
Yeah, correct.
So actually, since the start of this year, we have been very deliberate about our practice.
And diligent.
Yeah, diligent and deliberate, and we hold each other accountable, because on Mondays, Jess and I have now this routine where she will come before the shop opens, and then we'll spend a bit of time doing a project. It's a project that both of us would have chosen together, and then she does hers, I do mine. But there's always someone to check in. Like if you never do, then you kind of know you're going to see Jess on Monday, right? Then you're like, okay, I need to be a bit diligent.
Not so much of pressurizing, but it's still, when you have work and it so happens that there's still room to play around.
You can be lazy, but you also feel like somebody do you right.
Yes, but at least you know that the project can be done.
Yes,
it will be completed.
Yes, you actually complete it. You won't have so many works in progress.
Yes.
And I think a lot of the projects that we choose are small projects that are manageable. It's not like a knitting project, like a knitting or crochet project or even a weaving project can take me months. So it's very hard to see the end point. But Jess and I always pick very small projects. So like we know, okay, maybe about 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you'll finish. Sometimes maybe we just meet that one session, we'll finish it. And we enjoyed it so much that we decided to kind of, after some discussion with Huilian, we decided that we should make that into one of the offerings that we have. Right now we call it craft jamming because the whole idea is that this project, a very simple project, not much like technical. There's some skills of course, but you don't need to make it into a hobby. Like you just come, you just do, enjoy it.
Basically explore if you are new to
Whatever
that craft or whatever. Yeah. So it's a short period of time where you get to do it and play with it. If you like it, you like it. I mean, if you like it, you can continue. But if you don't like it, it's just maybe that 2 or 3 sessions.
Just correct. Some of them are even one session.
Yes.
So part of offering it is also because Jess and I started to do starflower weaving. You can see it here, right? And these are quite simple stuff that you can do in a single session. So we figured low commitment. Basically, we wanted craft projects that are making projects of art and craft projects that are low commitment, single session or no more than 4 sessions. You do it, you just set the amount of time, you will finish it, you take home something that looks very nice, you can hang it up, you can use it. Some of the things are functional, usable, and then that's it. Yeah, no long-term commitment.
Yeah, correct. I mean, basically you just, I think it's just a space that you can explore and partly also a place where you come by can like-minded people can talk about
friends.
Maybe for the same craft, maybe you cannot find other friends who are interested in doing that, but you want to do it, but and a lot of but so
no buts.
So down here, no more buts.
The only buts is when you sit down on your butt. Okay, so maybe we just show a bit of samples of some of the projects that we have. Now these workshops will be launched from July onwards, so in the second half of 2023. So of course we will launch it our starflower weaving. The whole idea of starflower is really the philosophy behind doing this is there's this mind space. You celebrate who you really are in that time that you're doing it. You get in touch with yourself, some degree of quieting down your mind. Some people call it mindfulness. I think for us, we see it more of intentional creation. At that time when you're making it, basically you just enjoy the experience of holding the yarn, moving your hands, and then just a good 1 to 2 hours of relaxation, leave your worries behind, kind of thing. So I think of course the hallmark bit about this whole series of craft jamming is that projects like the star weaving will come up quite a bit. So I think this is most in line with what we want craft jamming to do. So one thing, doesn't mean you choose to do this, you have to do every project. You just sign up for the projects that you want. So you can come and then like 6 months we don't see you, then you come back again, that's fine. So then there's star weaving, okay? And then of course the whole wall here of star weaving. Just want to showcase the pastel and the art doodling one.
So
this one she has to teach because I know good.
So this is something that pastel. So we will be like playing around with soft pastel and so make a piece, and then for that particular month, say, then we have some doodling. So it's like a highlight. I call it a doodle a day. So an icon that represents or highlight your day. So you kind of like need every day to kind of record what you are doing. Then we can come together and do a little bit. So it's a month kind of thing. So this one I did it for March.
So
that's something
I think this is what we'll call the doodle and pastel, soft pastel series. Really, because Jess will show you this bit about the pastel nagomi art.
So we'll do like one piece of that, and then
pastel nagomi is also about harmony, right?
Yes,
finding that space.
So it's a Japanese art form, and it's actually quite popular. I mean, these 2 years, So you see all the CCs and a lot of people are doing it. So basically, the actual name is called the pastel nagomi art for this form. So the nagomi is actually a Japanese name. It means harmony. Yeah. So it kind of like soothes you when you're doing it and stuff.
So I think the whole idea is we'll walk through. I think this will be a 4 weeks, 4 session kind of process. Where Jess will first teach you the technique for pastel nagomi art.
Yeah.
Then we'll talk about doodling. Of course, some of you who do bujo bullet journaling or journaling in general, you may be very comfortable to go straight into the doodling.
Yes.
For those who don't and find that maybe you don't want to do one a day or just want to doodle generally, I think we'll also talk about different approaches to do it. So basically, the project is up to you to create to your comfort level.
Yes. Correct. So
We give you some ideas.
Yeah. So we basically teach you the technique or
Go
maybe
through
how
we do
we
together.
it. Yeah. So we do it together. Not like only you do. So I will be doing because this is actually my whole year project. I do this, but I don't do it in such a big form. So I can share with you how I can scale it down to a smaller version and stuff.
So like for Jess, she treats the daily doodling like a diary keeping of sorts.
Yes.
And you can choose not to do it for every month. Some people just doodle for like their
Special
birthday month.
Yeah.
Then after that, Jess will do together the centerpiece, which is any picture you can choose to do.
Yeah.
Then we'll conclude to put it all together in the frame. So that's the other project.
So that will be the end project in a sense.
Then you can even gift it to somebody. So when you doodle, you don't have to doodle for yourself. You can doodle even the memories that you have with someone,
Yes.
and then give this as a, I don't know, anniversary gift, birthday gift or something like that. Okay, so then
that's
of course that's beyond that. Some of the other projects that we want to do. So this has been a project that Jess and I have been working on this year. This is our Sashiko sampler project. Yes, I would call it sampler project. We basically decided that we wanted to learn a bit more about what Sashiko is.
Correct.
So we decided to take a piece of cloth and then we just try different patterns as you would see over here. Of course, we did follow some instructions online and stuff like that. But we'll be doing something similar. We are not Sashiko teachers. Okay, let's just put it up front this way. It's just that we know that sometimes some of these crafts are, when you learn it online or try to learn it from videos, YouTube or whatever, it's hard. Sometimes I get stuck, and then if someone else is doing it with you, you get a chance to troubleshoot, learn tips from each other. So we will also be doing something similar lah. So a Sashiko sampler. I think we plan for this to be about 3 weeks, and we have learned our lesson. We'll probably use a lighter color cloth. So so dark color cloths are a bit challenging, but yes. So Sashiko will be another one, and then related to that, embroidery. Yes.
So that's something that we explore. So you can make a bigger.
So Jess' favorite character is the little prince.
Yes, correct. Yeah, so my first one is always for them. Anyway, so we make things like little ornaments that you can use, you can wear. Like sometimes I like to do things that is usable in a sense. Yeah. So you make it, you can use it, you can gift it.
Correct. So we'll have embroidery in a small single section form, or like some of the larger projects will take a few sessions. So same even for Sashiko, I think in time to come we try to, like every craft, we try to have like a
Small
mixture of a single session or multi-session. So whatever you may want to do, you can try. I think Jess also has some cross-stitch ones.
Yeah, so like some cross stitch or wooden stuff. So you can make it into like keychains or whatever. These are the smaller versions. Yeah.
So this will be your single session project, because clearly can finish in one session.
Then the design you can do it on your own. You don't really have to have any kind of design in mind. It's basically just stitching in and out.
Correct. Yeah. So it's like, for that time you just need, maybe something's bugging you and you just want to come and do something. Because when you get into the flow of doing craft, I think you take your mind away from things that bother you.
Yes.
I think that's what we're trying to get to.
Actually, sometimes when I'm doing, I kind of like have some aha moments.
About other things in your life. Yeah.
So
There's also the big cross-stitch pieces.
like cross stitch that so we may explore some cross stitch. So you can choose some kits or whatever. We may come up with some kits
some of these are still in development, so we'll let you know. I think the ones that we really definitely will be ready to roll out is star weaving, Sashiko, the pastel ones. Then of course, for people who don't want to do, well, I wouldn't say fine work, but maybe needlepoint is not quite your thing. Needlework, needlepoint not quite your thing. The other one that we're exploring is string art.
Yes.
Okay, can see. Sorry, this one I haven't finished. This is the sample. We've been exploring to see what works, what can work for a short, like few sessions, what can work for a single session. So this is string art. It's quite good. Like the first session where you're very angry, somebody, you can like pound nails into the board.
Yeah, first thing you have to have the hammer and the nails.
Yeah, and then this is something you do here, right? You don't need to worry about like, disturbing your neighbor because bang, 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 bang. I mean, this is a lot of nails to be hammering. Do it here. You don't have to worry about cleaning up. You just get it done, leave it here, come back the following week to do the stringing part of it. So yes, so this will be another one. So probably if we do this, it'll probably be the fourth quarter of the year. Of course, we still
switch around.
Yeah, we may switch around, repeat some stuff.
These are some of the kind of like confirmed stuff that you will be seeing.
Yeah, the projects that you will see in this series, whether or not you see it in the third quarter of the year or the fourth quarter of the year. And then Jess has also been exploring. So actually the first project I think Jess and I explored together was dot mandala.
Yes.
Yeah, when we started the year, we did dot mandala. Come here.
Okay. Yeah. So these are some stuff that we play around. And yeah, we started with this.
Yeah, we started with this dot mandala.
Yeah.
Before we went on to do sashiko and other things.
Yes.
Yeah.
So so there will be tools provided. You can come in and just dot your way.
Correct. So the whole idea of these projects is whatever you need to do to complete the project will be supplied to you. As long as you come to the sessions and you do, you'll be able to take home something that you complete. Definitely. There's no need for the item to be perfect. There's of course always room for you to put in your own personal style influence to it. Maybe less so for some of the things like the chartered cross stitch, but definitely for the more open-ended ones, you will have that. You just come and hang out with us, have tea.
We've had tea.
Yeah,
we
tea,
have
coffee.
Aircon.
Yeah, aircon. That's why we always say this is like the top craft drink kopi and tea kind of this thing. Like sometimes you just always wanted to try it and you didn't know where to go.
I think sometimes for dot mandala, it's like, you wanted to do it, but you need to get all the
you need to get a paint and all the tools and everything.
And then you don't know whether you want to continue. So take the chance that there's this thing that that you can play around and see how it goes.
So for a start, most of these sessions will be on the weekday mornings because our weekend class schedules are actually quite full already. I mean, we have our regular classes running and we're not very sure how the response would be. Partly also we do this on weekdays because sometimes we want to encourage you to take that 2 hours off, or if you do it over a multi-session project, maybe the 6 hours off. That time that you take just a way to give yourself the headspace for yourself. So doing it on the weekday is usually, I think, easier for people to take their mind away from everything else that's going on in their life.
Yeah. Usually weekends everybody are passing around.
Yeah. Even if you come to a workshop, we find that you're always thinking about what you need to do before, what you need to do after. But when people come in on the weekday and they do set aside that intentional time to be here on the weekday, we find it's easier for them to really get into the mindset.
Correct. Yeah.
So yes, so that's largely it. I think by the time this video goes live, some of the classes will be ready for booking already because this video is going to go live. I mean, it's going to go public is scheduled on my calendar. It's on my editing calendar and publishing calendar in June. So the classes will be up. I know a lot of people have been asking about star weaving because this wall has been here for a while. It took us a while to figure out how we want to launch this because we didn't want to just do star weaving on its own. We wanted to respect the fact that star weaving as a workshop is not just about making the stars. It is really about coming together, calming your mind, really getting yourself in the headspace. And we wanted it to be in a series of workshops that will allow you to do that. Otherwise, everybody's just going to go, okay, I weave a star and then that's it. Yeah. So that is really, when we learn star weaving, it's not just usual weaving, but there is that element of recognizing it and protecting yourself in that space.
Yeah.
So, okay, I think that is. Anything else you want to say about yourself? Oh, don't forget to follow her on Instagram, the Dancing Fingers.
Thank you.
I think she also has an exhibition coming up.
Mm.
Can share the details or later.
Later. I
Okay,
don't
okay.
really have
You
much.
just follow her. Jess does have an exhibition coming up later in the year, and actually the pieces at the exhibition, a lot of them are also take inspiration from a lot of this work that we've been doing, right?
Yeah.
This crafting, slow making kind of movement.
Yep.
So if you follow her on Instagram, you will know where to find her things.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
We must help each other promote crafts.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you for having me.
Thank you for coming
Yes.
and for being the first guest on our series.
Really.
Yeah, if anybody else wants to be guest, just reach out to us. We
Yeah,
can
yeah.
always have more guests. Then Helen and I don't have to be on the camera so much.
More likely you will always.
No. Sometimes it'll be Hui.
Yes.
I'm sure it will happen.
Okay.
Everybody, thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
And we'll see you the
much.
next time.
Thank you.